Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Comics Illustrator Ron Friends, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
We're not done yet, kids. All right, welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales, your home for all things classic Marvel. I am Phil. Forsooth, I am Phil. Joining me as always, a man who likes and dislikes Mongoose at the same time.
It's Justin the Owl, swooping back in to talk about some classic Thor comics.
That's right, kids. Yea, verily, we are going to talk Mighty Thor 406 through 408.
Another pick for Phil's birthday month.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm Ron Friends, Tom DeFalco, Thor, yes.
Yeah, I know this is one of your favorite eras of Thor. Yeah, as is mine, definitely, 100%. This whole stuff is gold.
I used to not like when I was a kid the thee and thou and Thor's fancy talk. Now I love it.
Yeah.
You know what it got me thinking after our last episode with Captain America? I'm like, okay, so you had the Mighty Thor, the Invincible Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, the Amazing Spider-Man, the Uncanny X-Men. Why did Cap not get a in front of his name?
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. All these years, nothing. Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess they figured, well, Captain America should say it all, right?
The courageous Captain. I don't know. Yeah. I'm like, why nothing?
I know, yeah.
Well, I guess so. Well, I was going to say Daredevil never got anything in front of his name, but it was always like Daredevil, the man without fear.
The man without fear. Yeah, there was always that at least.
Mm.
Yeah.
Here comes Daredevil. Yeah, it just struck me. I was like, why did you not get anything?
That's strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the Stan era. I thought Stan would have did that for everybody. Because especially after all those credits, it'd be like Smiling Stan Lee and Jolly Jack Kirby, and I'm just like, man.
All the alliteration, yeah.
Excelsior. Excelsior.
All right, should we jump into these?
Yeah.
All right, so none of these synopses are too big, so we'll all right. Oh, and at least is it all three or two of them? We do get some backup stories.
We get some Tales of Asgard stuff in the back. Yeah. All
right, so we start with Mighty Thor 406, August 1989. Oh, cool! So this is a few months after what we covered last episode
with the Captain America stuff.
Yeah. War with Wundagore. Writer Tom DeFalco, penciler Ron Friends, inker Joe Sinott, colorist Max Sheely, letterer Michael Hessler, and editor Ralph Macchio. Thor flies to Wundagore and easily defeats the Knights. Count Taggart is revealed as the mystery man that has been after Thor's tissue samples. Mongoose has gone insane, but Count Taggart only wants to bring Hercules and the High Evolutionary back from the Black Galaxy. Thor agrees to help, and Eric comes along. Hercules has become one with the Black Galaxy, which makes their task all the more difficult. All right, so.
It was a pretty succinct synopsis, but that basically told what the whole story was. But I really enjoyed the fight with between Thor and the Knights of Wundagore.
Oh yeah,
it was really cool. How they try to ensnare Mjolnir with their cable guns and stuff.
Like
and
four of them, and they can't.
Yeah,
it just drags them off.
Drags them all off. Yeah.
I love when they launch that giant missile at him and Thor just stands on the mountaintop. He's like, I was like, I'm gonna hit him with my hammer.
Yes. That's great too, because each panel it shows the Thor standing in the same spot
The
and the
missile getting
perspective of the
closer.
missile getting
Yeah.
closer. It's so good.
And I don't know if he leaps when he hits it or like the mountaintop just crumbles that he was standing on.
Disintegrates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love the Rigelians.
Oh
When
yeah.
we have that brief glimpse of the Rigelians, because it looks like such like an homage to Jack Kirby, that artwork.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And really, as we'll see in the next couple of issues as well, there's a lot of these kind of visual homages to Kirby, which are excellent. They're
Oh
just
yeah.
so happy.
I think Ron Friends even said one of his like big inspirations for his art is like Jack Kirby. So
Mm.
yeah.
And
So
the inks from Joe Sinnott really kind
oh
of bring
yeah.
that out for sure. They really bring that out. Yeah.
Then we kind of get like a little mini like origin for the High Evolutionary.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is cool because we talked about the High Evolutionary last summer.
Yes.
And that
Evolution.
was the last that anybody had seen of him, was at the end of the Evolutionary War.
Oh yeah, when him and
Same deal with
Hercules,
Hercules.
basically
Yeah.
get hyper evolved and Mhm.
And now we see what happened to them. Yeah, they've become so evolved that they have become interwoven with the part of a very galaxy itself.
Yeah, like I knew this. I've read this story before, but for some reason I thought it came later in the Thor run. So yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this happens already. Well, I think maybe it's because they go back to the Black Galaxy at one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I think that's what
Yeah.
confused me.
Yeah. There's a whole other epic story that happens there, in which we're introduced to the clone of Thor for the first time,
Oh yeah,
Nobilis, and there's a birth of a celestial. There's all kinds of really great stuff that happens there.
oh yeah. But yeah, like you said, Thor they basically taken out the Knights of Wundagore very easily.
Did you know who Count Tagger was? Had you had
I
previous knowledge of him?
I'd heard the name. I having trouble remembering.
Mhm.
I know when I first read this, but yeah, I thought that he had appeared before.
Yeah, because it was his first. It was the introduction to, for me at least. I don't remember him from the Evolutionary War stuff.
Mm-mm.
I feel like he had a different group of subordinates for that.
Yeah.
The- they didn't seem to be very much in the way of new men either. They didn't seem very like kind of like animalistic. They were mostly human.
Oh yeah, I knew. Like he. I thought I remembered one of these. Yeah, he first appeared as Thor 133 from 1966.
Oh wow.
He was created by Stan and Jack. So yeah, that's
Oh okay.
yeah.
Excelsior!
I have that in one of my Thor epic collections. I'll have to go back and read that one.
Oh yeah, he was one of the High Evolutionary's first knights, along with
Mm.
Botha and Sir Porga.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I love Thor takes out the knights and it just like walks in. He's like, I want Eric Masterson, and Tagger's like, oh no, I'll. He's like, no problem, I'll free him. He's like, it's all Mongoose.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, Mongoose has kind of turned into a rogue agent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, Tagger's like, no, we need your help because we found the High Evolutionary and Hercules, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, in the Black Galaxy.
Yeah.
So Thor's like, yeah, I'll go.
They design a cool exoskeleton for Eric Masterson so that he can join them.
I know. He's basically like, no, you might need some friendly face in there. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. We're setting up things to come in the next
Mhm.
few issues. Yeah.
But he does call home with that hologram and tells Kevin he's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, and Susan, yeah. Oh, that exosuit definitely looks Kirby-esque.
Yeah, totally. and then they beam to their destination. And that last page, I love that. That looks very Kirby-esque.
Oh yeah, with the giant Hercules.
Yeah, looming over everything. It's so good. Yeah, that makes me so happy. There's kind of some John Romita Sr. in there too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Some really great influences here.
Ooh,
The living bioverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we get that, like I said, Tales of Asgard back up.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that again by DeFalco, but the art's by Tony Zaniga.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The style's a little different, but that's still not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, these little Tales of Asgard backups were cool. I really enjoyed those actually.
It was such a catch-22 with me because like I like the Tales of Asgard backups, but I'm also like, man, I wish we get more full story too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, the backup was "Let There Be Life." Ulag performs his task and uses a branch of Yggdrasil to restore life to a lifeless world. Midgard.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there's so much Thor stuff. From this era, there's so much Thor stuff we can get to.
Yeah, definitely. Even the annuals from this era were fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, I guess we're gonna get to another one because I mean, Atlantis attacks as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
We will be talking about a Thor annual this summer.
Hell, we're gonna pretty much be getting everybody this summer.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, everyone that was around in 1989.
I mean, even though it'll officially be Marvel Tales, yeah, I mean, we get the X-Men stuff too, Spider-Man, everybody.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four,
Avengers, all of it. Even the Punisher gets in on that.
All right, I'm gonna make I haven't done my reread yet, but I'm gonna make a guess because I can't remember. Frank is going to end the issue with firing a bazooka.
You might be right.
I mean, pretty much. How many? We read 2 Punisher annuals so far because they were part of 2 different events, and I think he used the rocket launcher in both. So
in both, yeah.
No, I'm saying he's gonna go for the hat trick. He's gonna pull the Lilith Hellfire and pull out the bazooka.
When all else fails, do the Chuck Norris method.
I mean, well, or the Ray.
The big bazooka.
The big bazooka.
I love we're doing an episode on Thor, and we're just like we're down to oh yeah, Frank Castle's gonna pull out a bazooka. All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All of these are good, but 407 might be my favorite cover out of these 3.
That is a great cover.
Like Thor front and center there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Although that giant missile being shot at Thor on the first one.
Yeah, these are all great covers too. Yeah.
Let's see. All right, open. All right, Thor 40 or the Mighty Thor 407, September 1989, The Menace of the Living Universe. The Felco Friends, Joe Sinat, colorist Mike Rockwitz. Is that a different color? I think maybe. Letterer Michael Hessler and editor Ralph Macchio. Thor, Eric, and the Knights arrive in the Black Galaxy. They try and free the High Evolutionary and Hercules. They battle strange organisms that Thor recognizes as existing inside the Celestial he fought. Oh, we got to do that one too. That was what a 3-parter. We got to do
yes,
that one too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I almost picked that for this month.
I think that might be. I don't know if it's the actual beginning or it's like if it's not the actual beginning, it's close to the beginning. I think of the Felco and Friends' run.
Yes, it's very close to it. I think one of the first ones was the one with it was kind of like a Secret Wars 2 tie-in.
Oh yeah.
It was a Tale of the Enchantress. She was talking about Yeah, and then
Oh
there
yeah,
was the future Thor one with Dargo.
yep, right there in the center and in the bottom.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, if, as far as I remember, those were like the first
Yeah, there was like a couple
Friends of DeFalco ones
like
that I remember.
little like one and dones. Yeah, that you're
Yeah.
right. Before they got to that, yeah. Let's go inside a Celestial. They make their way to the Null Bomb, the colonizers sent to destroy the Black Galaxy, and Thor redirects the blast. On top of the mountain summit, they discover another Celestial along with Hercules and the High Evolutionary trapped inside strange containers. A surge of energy builds, and they are all witnesses to the birth of a new Celestial. The Celestial sends them all away, restoring everyone in the process. All right, so they really didn't explain it. So did the Celestials like fix the High Evolutionary Hercules and then birth a Sentinel out of that, or a Celestial out of that?
Well, I think that was happening anyway. The
Oh,
birth of the Celestial.
they just restored those
But
two for unknown
yeah,
reasons.
well, probably because that would have complicated because they were so enmeshed within the fabric of the galaxy
Mm-hmm.
that it probably would have complicated the whole situation even worse. That was how I understood it.
Yeah.
They
Well,
they wanted to restore them so that they could
yeah.
have that whole process take place without any interruptions.
That might have complicated matters. Well, but not as much as that Eternals movie.
Yeah. Oh man, I still have problems with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the first page of this issue. I mean, they mentioned how High Evolutionary and Hercules were hyper evolved, and again mentioning Avengers Annual 17.
That's right. Referencing.
Oh
Yeah.
my! So for the second episode in a row, the second issue references Avengers Annual 17.
Yeah. A lot of important things happened there.
Yeah, it affected a lot of things in 1989.
Yeah. And I didn't even do that on purpose, folks. I love this 2-page spread in the very beginning where it shows the whole kind of backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hercules and the High Evolutionary kind of just there. It's so cool. It's kind of like it reminds me of like the classic stuff from the 60s very much. Yeah.
Oh man, that Eric Masterson spacesuit almost looks like Tony Stark was having a garage sale. Like that's like that first Iron Man armor.
Yeah. Without the helmet. Yeah. Right. And there were some neat concepts here, like with well, first of all, I love the fact that he had the battle armor back.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
He pulls his how do I put this? He pulls that sack out.
He hit him right in the face.
Yeah, because I love that battle armor so much.
It
makes me happy whenever I see it.
And Eric, that belongs to Sigurd Jarlson.
Yeah.
I'm like, again, they kind of pulled, he put on a pair of glasses and put his hair in a ponytail.
Yeah.
He was the original electric mullet.
Yeah, he was literally an electric mullet. Yeah.
A Thor podcast, Thunder mullet.
Thunder mullet. Thunder ponytail. But then like the cool the organisms that attack them.
Yes.
That have like they kind of look like a manta rays and they're stinging and things like that. But then there's another knight who falls through kind of like a nimbus.
Yeah.
Which then ages him into dust. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, and it ages Thor and all those.
Yeah.
He's an Asgardian. She's like, a couple hundred years. Whatever.
Whatever. I just got a white beard out of it, so I'll shave it.
My beard's gray for a while. That's all.
Yeah, we'll just shave it off. Yeah, but he reacts very emotionally to the death of that Wundagorian knight. Yeah. But yeah, this whole part with the birth of the Celestial, I thought was really cool. we were talking about how much I was surprised during reading the Captain America stuff that we covered in the previous episode, but reading these Thor comics back in the day, I was also consistently surprised by these
Oh yeah.
in every issue. Like, I wasn't expecting to see what happened to the High Evolutionary and Hercules so quickly after the Evolutionary War, because it really was only like less than a year, wasn't it?
hmm
Maybe
Well, you figure
6, 7, 8 months.
well, yeah, because the whole Evolutionary War was what, the summer event. So I mean,
Hmm.
that Avengers annual was what, probably the end of summer, and then
Yeah, I think so.
the cover date on this issue. Yeah, maybe about a year.
Yeah.
Because cover on this is the cover date September '89.
September, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was about a year. Yeah, a little over a year. And I remember thinking, wow, I thought that was rather quick to be addressing what happened to them. But I was happy that they did wait at least a year to do that,
Yeah.
rather than just be, because nowadays we'd see it in the next month. They'd be back.
I just wonder if it's like, DeFalco wanted to use Hercules, but it's like, okay, you can bring him back. You just have to explain how he's back. It's like, oh.
Right. Yeah. I like that, how he tied that into
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole Black Galaxy thing and the birth of the Celestial. Then you have the added thing with the Rigelian colonizers who have dropped in this super warhead
Yeah.
to threaten to destroy the whole galaxy, basically.
And the recorder.
And the recorder's there, another classic character. But Thor, I like the twist how Thor found the bomb, and then he was able to use Mjolnir to absorb all of the radiation, all the energy out of it. And then he redirected it to
A
a
dying
sun.
Yes.
And basically made it so that all of these civilized planets on all of these worlds around the sun could keep on existing. All the
Yeah, it
people on them.
says 7 populated worlds are given a
Yeah.
second chance at life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, yeah.
And that, I love little things like that, because that also harkens back to some classic Thor stuff when he was kind of, for all intents and purposes, a cosmic character like the Silver Surfer.
Oh, yeah.
He just did stuff in space for a while. He wasn't even bound on Earth. He was just kind of traveling around in space doing stuff.
Mhm.
And so those are some of my favorite Thor stories, the cosmic ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another annual that's in Atlantis Attacks, right? Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the first ones.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I think that's one of our places maybe dropping the ball. We haven't done a ton of Silver Surfer yet.
We haven't. No, we do need to do that. Yeah. Especially that Ron Lim stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's classic. Yeah, we do need to add that for sure. That'll be on the next year. Maybe we'll do a whole month of Silver Surfer next year.
Oh, I forget if the schedule's open or not, but maybe Silver September. Oh,
Silver September. There you go.
Surftember.
I like that. I don't think that we have anything scheduled for our for next year, do we?
I'll look at the schedule when we're done. Oh, if we do a month, you know where we got to start, right? That that first arc in Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah,
with him and Galactus first show up.
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely.
He's trying to hit on Alicia. Man,
you remind me of Shalabal.
Him and your boy, man, and man. It seems like those guys in the Fantastic Four love to get cuckolded, you know.
That's the thing. Everybody has their own kinks, I guess.
I guess. Well, damn Namor and that his trident.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. My favorite biscuit.
One way to Biscuit Town.
Okay, so these pods where like the High Evolutionary and Hercules come out, there's a bunch of them sitting there. So I'm like, is that birthing more Celestials or what's going on here?
Yeah, I wondered what that was about too. Are these other living beings that were trapped in the galaxy as well? Like on other worlds or something? Yeah, it's weird. It's never explained.
Celestial porta potties? What are these?
The U-Haul storage containers.
Those pods. Yeah, when you're moving. Yeah. They're moving. They're moving.
Yeah, they're heading off to a new galaxy.
I thought the Celestials were better than that. They're moving out of the Black Galaxy. But they're more evolved than that. Anyway, so is that a coloring thing, or is Thor's beard already turning blonde again?
I wondered that too, because I didn't dig out my original issue for this.
Yeah,
I read it on the app, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, weird.
it's very virile again.
As guardian physiology is a strange thing.
Mm-hmm. Then you get that giant hand. Probability of celestial attack is now 99.9999%.
Shut up, recorder.
I love they get blasted, and that just that section of ground they're on just gets flat, gets flung.
A tiny little piece of asteroid.
Yes.
That's one of my recurring nightmares, is like being stuck out in outer space, clinging to this like tiny little asteroid, and that's all you've got to work with. Yeah.
That's like those, I don't know if you ever saw that picture before. I've seen it once or twice on like Facebook and stuff, where it's like, it's an astronaut on the moon, and they're like, what would you do if this happened? It just like shows the Earth blowing up or something. It's just the astronaut standing on the moon going, looking up.
What would you do? What could you do?
I know.
That's the more appropriate question.
But yes, they break open those containers, and and Hercules and High Evolutionary are out.
Yep. Restored 100% back to normal.
See, even
the High Evolutionary is a little off. Like, his mind is a little off.
See, even High Evolutionary wants to know what was in those other containers.
Yep. And the recorder, actually, I just remembered the recorder. The next time they go to the Black Galaxy, gets changed. It's transformed into, I think, the analyzer or something like that.
Oh, but they're they even said the Celestials again, just like when last time Thor encountered them, they're all like put back because like Thor's cape was repaired, and the recorder has legs again, which were blown off.
Right. Yeah, the Celestials can basically do anything.
Yes. Except save the cosmos when it's in collision.
Right.
Only Marvel's greatest hero can do that.
That's right. They could only stand by and watch while that whole thing was happening.
That's right. Them, the Watchers. No one. Only Quasar can save it.
That's right.
Yes. And I know people who would agree with me.
Yes, go back and watch our Cosmos and Collision crossover if you haven't yet.
Episode 65 and 66. Special
65 and 66.
Special guest Will Allred.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
All right, that's the end of that issue. But next we're gonna get back to Wundagore. Okay, so there was no Tales of Asgard in this one.
Yeah, they had a lot of story that they needed to fill up this one with. Yeah,
that's right. All right. Anything else on that one, or should we get?
No, I think that was a I really loved that issue. I thought it was so cool. All
These
the
ones are so
concepts that
good, but they go by so quick, especially
they do.
the 2 issues that have the backups. Yeah.
Yeah, they fit a lot of story into these issues. That's for sure.
Mhm. All right. All right. So, all right, here it comes, kids. The Mighty Thor 408.
Yeah.
The Fateful Decision. October 1989. I think it's the same. Oh, colors this time. Tom Vincent.
Different colorists, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what's going on there. All right. Hercules, High Evolutionary, Eric, and Thor have returned to Wundagore. High Evolutionary tells them they should leave because they are returning to study the Black Galaxy. Mongoose attacks, and during the battle, Eric lifts Mjolnir but receives a fatal blast before he can strike. Hercules manages to drive Mongoose off, and Thor pleads to Odin to spare Eric. Thor then merges the two while each retains their unique personalities. All right, so.
Yeah, another pretty succinct synopsis there. Yeah.
Mhm.
But what always amuses me is first Hercules' reaction to Thor shaving off his beard.
Oh, yeah.
He's completely aghast, like he's in horror. He's like, how could you possibly do this? But this comes into play later because as he's shaving, one of the new men takes away like the bowl, the shaving bowl and stuff.
Yeah.
And gives it to Count Tagar, who then has other goals for it, as we'll see in the next time that we encounter these characters. But what amuses me the most about this is that so the High Evolutionary has been gone for like a year. He's been enmeshed as part of the Black Galaxy. And then he is restored by the power of the Celestials, as we just saw, and returned back to his home of Wundagore on Earth, again, for the first time in over a year. And the first thing that he can think about when he gets back is going back to the Black Galaxy. He's like,
although this time he's
pack your bags, everybody. We're going for a trip.
This time he's taking all the employees with him. And he's like, yeah, let's shoot back off into space.
He cannot wait to get back to the Black
I know.
Galaxy.
Again, curiosity. I mean, he rushes them, pulling them out the door, and he's like, oh,
yeah, he's like, you guys got to go. We're leaving now. And the whole Wundagore mountain turns into a giant rocket ship that takes off. I love that. And it makes me laugh, too, because you'd think that, like, being part of the Black Galaxy, like a living sentient part of it, like that whole experience would have rattled you to the very fiber, the very core of your being, to the point that you would never want to go back to that place.
Nope.
But not the High Evolutionary. He's like, no, we've got a lot to study there.
You would think too, you take at least a day or two to be like study yourself, be like, okay, did I get any? Is there any lasting effects from being part of the galaxy? No.
Yeah, or just catch up with what has happened in the last year since you've been gone from Earth. Like the new men could have had a whole bunch of things going on, Count Tagar, like all this stuff. He's not interested in anything that they've been up to in the last year. He's like, nope, pack your bags, we're leaving. We're going to the Black Galaxy.
I know.
I love that. It's so funny.
And I swear, Thor has been like this other times too, where he basically just tells High Evolutionary, yeah, don't be messing with humanity anymore. And he's like, no, I'm all interested in the Black Galaxy now. It's like, I promise I'll never mess with the universe, humanity.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
That also makes me laugh, that stern little talking to that Thor gives him. Yeah. What does it say? Meddle no more in the natural evolution of mankind, or face the wrath eternal of the son of Odin, for they are under my domain. And he's not to worry. No, the human race has nothing to fear from the High Evolutionary, at least not this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that whole mess with the Evolutionary War, which Thor was involved with, like he was involved with that, you would think that he would be a little bit more like, okay, I at least want to keep an eye on you and make sure that you don't get up to any more trouble.
Yeah, don't worry. The Avengers defeated the High Evolutionary, despite the fact you broke up the Avengers, Thor.
Despite the fact that you weren't there. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. What? Yeah, he was dealing with the War of the Gods at that
Oh
point
yeah,
in
yeah, that was
time.
around
Yeah.
400. Yeah,
He had his own war going on.
I think like you said last time, that whole thing with the Black Knight and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you were talking about that scene with Hercules when Thor's shaving. Thou hast the fashion sense of a blind ogre.
Yeah, talking about his helmet and his cape and stuff.
He goes,
Yeah.
none else would parade about in a gaudy crimson cape and an absurd winged helmet as Eric's just like laughing in the corner.
And Thor's like, why did I get this guy out of the Black Galaxy again? Somebody remind me.
And like you said, the High Evolutionaries people taking the shaving dish, but also Thor gets dizzy, which again is going to play out
Yes. That's
sooner,
another subplot that's
sooner
going on
before
here.
even that. Yeah.
See, Tom DeFalco could lead a masterclass in subplots, because that man in every book that I've ever read him do has had at least 3 or 4 subplots going in each one. The Spider-Man books, the Fantastic Four ones that he did, the Thor ones. He's a master of the subplots. I
Oh
love it.
yeah. I mean, again, it's like what page is this? The 6-panel page on page 5, and then the next page, the next 3 panels. It's like, yeah, he's setting up 2 plots here going
Yeah.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. But yeah, the minute they leave Wundagore, that thing takes off.
Yeah. It's gone. And the minute that Wundagore is gone, then they're attacked.
Yep. By Mongoose. Yep.
Yeah.
Driving that asteroid blaster.
We also have a classic Tom DeFalco, I guess you could call it an expletive. When they're attacked and Hercules is falling unconscious, there's that whole panel where he's going, ugh. That's a classic Tom DeFalco right there. That ugh.
I know. And then Thor grabs Eric and he says, "What about Hercules? Fear not, son of Zeus has survived far worse mishaps."
Yeah, he'll be okay. He might have a headache when he wakes up, but he'll be okay.
Oh my god! Can
And
you imagine you're part of the galaxy, then you get returned to normal, and then you like die falling off a cliff?
Yeah. Immediately, yeah, like less than a day after returning to life. And this vehicle that Mongoose is driving is also another very Kirby-esque creation. I love it.
The asteroid blaster, which is again Thor kind of takes out just like he took out that missile in the first one.
Yeah, he is not messing around. But Mongoose is prepared. He's got this apparatus which the Wundagorians use to drill into Earth.
Oh yeah, well first he tries to soften them up with some gas pellets. His own natural super speed, but yeah.
Yeah. But those blasts really do a number on Thor, actually.
Oh yeah, he says the Wundagorians usually use this apparatus to drill into the earth, smash through solid rock. Yeah, he's like, let's see what it does to a thunder god.
Yeah. And some more ugh.
And Eric's just up above. He's like, I can't help. He's like, Thor, you got to save yourself. I can't. And he's like, I can't stand by and watch you die.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
He jumps on Mongoose, but then Mongoose flings him aside.
This is it.
Thor's hammer.
Right by Mjolnir.
Yep, picks it up as Thor's calling for it, and yep, that's when Mongoose blasts him.
Yeah.
A blast designed to kill Thor can certainly dispose of you.
And I love this panel right here when Hercules reappears. Enow, let all villainy cease. So commands the Prince of Power. And he just kicks basically the side of the mountain out of the way.
You told me to kick rocks. Here I am.
I just love that. Enow, let all villainy cease. So good. Tom DeFalco also has a master of writing this this like Asgardian and Olympian dialogue.
Yeah, that flowery. Yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah.
it's very, very good.
The
Run, flee in mortal terror, for none can withstand my shattering wrath.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mongoose takes off. He's like, I ain't prepared to fight Thor and Hercules.
Yeah, yeah. One of them he could have had a chance against, but not both.
Oh yeah, no.
And
The
then they
villain.
find poor Eric. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Eric
villain
is-
hath fled like the wind.
Yeah. What kind of wind?
That's southern wind. But yeah, they're like, he's like Eric, and Hercules like, it's a fatal blow, and Eric's basically just like, please watch over my son. And we also got the scene before this of Odin saying, oh yeah, thanks to Asgard now in the negative zone, and Thor can only reach Asgard one more time, sure, but
yeah, one more time this year.
Yeah, but if Thor's like, there's one person who can save Eric, Odin. So he calls Odin and he says, "Who summons Odin? Has this decision been reached?" Then Eric Thor basically tells him about Eric, and
he's pleading for him to intervene and save Eric's life on his behalf.
Yeah, so there's a way, but the cost is as incalculable as it may be irrevocable. Thor's like, well, he sacrificed his life to save mine, so Thor will do anything to save him. So yeah, Odin's like, decision's made. Fare thee well, Thunder God. Fare thee well, my noble son. Which I kind of like here. I thought, other writers, Odin would just be pissed off that Thor did this, but Odin kind of understands. He's like, the guy sacrificed himself to save Thor, and my son's a hero.
And he's just immortal. He's not like a Hercules level character or another Asgardian. He's a mortal who risked his life to save Thor. Yeah.
I have been humbled and shamed by my son's selflessness. So then would you see Asgard slowly retreating into the negative zone?
Yeah. I liked that too, actually, that era where Asgard was trapped in the negative zone. I thought that was a neat twist.
Oh, yeah. Well, we covered that, yeah, because then we get an attack by a nihilist at a certain point.
Yes. So good.
That's funny. Then then we see Eric and Hercules get back to Eric's place. And I guess this is where we come up with, oh yeah, I want you to meet my friend, Hercules.
Hercules. Who becomes a regular member of the Thor supporting cast from here on out, which I'm extremely happy about.
Again, we have to get to that one where he's trying to train Eric later on.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's another Quasar appearance too. We have to.
And there's a great subplot too where Hercules kind of has PTSD because where he was so badly beaten up by the wrecking crew and the Masters of Evil.
Yeah.
When that happened, that he kind of has a hard time when he goes up against them again.
Yeah.
For the first time after that, he has some legitimate fears, which is so unknown and so foreign for Hercules to face. I loved that. I thought that was great. And again, great storytelling from Tom DeFalco throughout. He handled it extremely well with handling that whole narrative with very precise care, because there's a lot of ways where that could have devolved into just nonsense, but Tom DeFalco pulled it together and made it make sense, and it was really effective. Really great story.
And then later on, there's an issue with Thunderbolts where, once everyone knows who the Thunderbolts really are, Hercules goes looking for Atlas, and and then by the end, I mean, Hawkeye gets in his way, and Hercules is like, "Are you going to get out of my way?" He's like, "No." And I love eventually when Hercules walks away, Hawkeye's just like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
So yes, of course, Hercules is hitting on Susan.
Oh, naturally, of course.
I love Eric. Oh, brother, how can she buy that corn?
And
then,
Kevin notices a new walking stick. Eric has, yeah.
Where's Thor? You were supposed to be traveling with him. Where is he anyway? And Eric and Hercules just look at each other.
Yeah.
And then later, yeah, Kevin's in bed, Susan's left, and then Hercules like, oh, you need time alone. And Eric's thinking, where do I go from here? You know, the whole thing with Odin, and no one could have predicted the greatest change of all. So yes, we see, yes, he stamps that wooden walking stick. It's been a while. Yes.
Yeah.
The Thor. So for the first time, unlike, because again, the whole Don Blake thing, it was eventually revealed that Odin just created Don Blake. So
yeah,
turns out he wasn't a real person. But yes, Eric's a real person. He's been bonded with Thor.
Merged with Thor.
All right. And that last page splash is pretty cool. But I'm just like, did Hercules leave the apartment? Otherwise, he just left Kevin sleeping in the apartment by himself.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's just going out for like a minute, just to stretch his legs.
He's hovering above the apartment building. It's okay.
Yeah. He can still see everything that's going on. Yeah, what did you think of this, Phil? The first time that you read this, and then there was that reveal at the end. What did you think of that?
Oh, it was just crazy. And again, it's like I kind of like that. I kind of like Thor having like a mortal identity and stuff. Because again, I like tying him to Earth at least for part of the time. Because again, with all my cosmic character, well, especially like Thor, like even Green Lanterns, like I kind of like where they kind of split their time. Half the time on Earth. I don't like when they go into space for like years at a time and stuff. And
yeah.
so no, this was a good step where I'm just like, oh, cool. He has a secret identity again. And and again, we're going to get more Earth stuff. Because again, like it says, next issue, Dr. Doom. And then
Dr. Doom.
Acts of Vengeance not too long after this. Oh, the Juggernaut fight.
The Juggernaut. The introduction of the new warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the story that you mentioned with the Nihilus and the Negative Zone. Yeah. There's some truly classic stuff coming up here. Tom DeFranco and Ron Frenz are like one of my favorite teams.
Oh, yeah.
As far as comic book storytelling goes, they're absolutely fantastic together.
See, we might have to do that as another month. Maybe just do Acts of Vengeance from like Avengers West Coast, and maybe the Cap, Thor, and Iron Man stuff. Maybe.
Maybe do like a month at a time.
Yeah.
Pick different random stuff to do. Yeah.
Or just like
doing the whole thing.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Just the actual Avengers books. Yeah, no. Yeah.
And we could do some of the weird ones too in another month. Like there were a couple of Avengers Spotlight ones that we could do. As random one-offs, and a couple of the Daredevil one with Ultron.
I was gonna say, that we could do the most out of place ones, like the Daredevil Ultron one.
Yeah.
I forget what Frank Castle was even up to. Like, do the
that was who is that? There was that dude that could turn his hand into the gun.
Bushwhacker, yeah.
Bushwhacker. That was the Acts of Vengeance.
Yes.
It was Bushwhacker. I've got those too. I think that was a Jim Lee one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so in the running for dirtiest sounding name.
Bushwhacker.
No.
Coming out of the bush.
You knew where I was going. Okay. Where's my? Oh man, Little Hellfire. So many drops. I thought it was next to Sentient Tongue, but it's not. Come on.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Oh, here it is.
Coming out of the bush? Shut up and just lay there.
I don't play this enough.
Hey man, who you gonna call to come get a pit bull out of a gangster yard? A crazy It's so
I'm so looking forward to our Catwoman chats next month.
I'm sure we're gonna get some drops out of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Capes and Lunatics drops.
Good for that release.
Coming out of the bush.
Coming out of the bush? It doesn't feel right, bro.
Now I'm just trying to get Justin to fall out of that chair.
Don't get fingered.
Now I was gonna make some kind of a joke about Bushwhacker. I was gonna do some kind of Australian.
Oh yes.
What the F? Couple of balls down the gob.
I want to hear Ray say Bushwhacker.
Well, I can't
Yes.
give you that yet, but
The Hard Master.
So sometime we have to get him to say that.
yes.
Sucking the life force. Sausage. Out of the gooch.
Can't do that.
Out of the pouch.
Out of the pouch. Boing. A big unit.
And everyone's favorite.
Gobble gobble. Couple of balls down the gob.
All right. Oh yeah, we did get in another Tales of Asgard backup in this one too.
Yeah, this is a big one actually because this is the introduction of a nemesis.
Oh yeah, there dwells a monster. Thor goes to the land of trolls to stop their raids on the countryside at the source. The rock trolls capture Thor and present them to their leader, Grendor the Greater. Thor breaks free and uses Mjolnir to defeat the trolls' dragon cannon. Thor dangles Grendor of the off the chasm of eternal sorrow, but Grendor tells him that they had no choice because a demon forced his people to turn toward the surface for food. The demon shows up calling himself Urok and boasts that his Uru body will render Thor's hammer useless.
Yeah. And this is some Mike Mignola art combined with Tom DeFalco's writing in this.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I loved this. The first time I read this, I was like, oh, cool. A monster that's completely made of the same type of metal that Mjolnir is made out of. That's cool.
Oh, yes. And like you said, this is his first appearance, Thor 4.
Yeah. And he does appear a few more times after this, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Well, his death is in 1999 in, of all places, Wolverine 138.
Wolverine?
Really?
Oh,
There's a crazy storyline by Eric Larson. Thor's basically, or Wolverine's basically on a planet where Galactus comes to feed. So,
oh, I see.
there's a bunch of aliens and stuff. Oh yeah, it's nuts. I think it's basically just like Eric Larson trying to like fit as many characters as possible.
He likes doing that. Yeah.
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 Again, it was 1999.
I was reading about that Superman thing that he did. Yeah, where it was like a Superman Savage Dragon team up. Do you remember that?
Kinda.
Yeah. Yeesh. Yeah.
I mean, there was some wild times because again, on Amazing Spider-Man, we went from Todd McFarlane art to Eric Larson.
Eric Larson. Yeah. And then who came on after him? Was it Ron Lim or
Mark Bagley?
Mark Bagley, that's right.
Yeah, my favorite Mark Bagley. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he was on there for years.
Oh yeah, up into like toward either the middle or towards the end of the Clone Saga. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for a while in the 90s, we were really spoiled. We had some amazing Spider-Man artists on all the titles. We had Mark Bagley on Amazing, we had Sal Buscema on Spectacular, and then we had Alex Saviuk on Web of Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yes.
Tricky Dicky.
Rumpy Pumpy.
All right. Anything else on these, Justin?
No, I think we I think we covered them all. Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts on these?
No, just another great pick from you.
Oh,
Thank you very
thank
much.
you. Yeah. Happy birthday, Phil.
Hey, thank you. All right. So yes, next time we're gonna get to wrap up the month with another Justin pick from Iron Man or Invincible Iron Man 281 through 284, featuring the first appearance of the War Machine armor.
Yeah.
And then in May, we're gonna get to some Tigra and Hellcat content, because yes, we're going to cover the Cat 1 through 4 from 1972, and then Giant Sized Creatures #1 and Monsters Unleashed 10. Then Avengers 144, 147 to 148, and we're going to wrap it up with West Coast Avengers 14, 15, and 16.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get some time with Greer Nelson and Patsy Walker.
Oh yeah. And
we might have Ray for our guest on one of those episodes, possibly.
Yes, not busy playing the Marvel Snap. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
Or on YouTube playing with himself. Yeah.
I love that channel. I love Ray's gaming channel so much.
Ray plays games. Watch him play with himself.
Yes,
all for like an hour at a time on YouTube.
Nailed it.
And I am working. I'm trying to get a special. We'll see if we can get a special guest for next episode, because next episode is episode 69. So,
oh yes,
if you've ever listened to any Capes and Lunatics content, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
the young lady whose voice you just heard not too long ago.
That's a mouthful.
For episode 69.
That's a mouthful. That's a handful. We were busy boning.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't had Lilith on Marvel Tales yet, have we?
I don't think so.
I don't think she's been on yet.
Superior puss.
I know we've all been on the Batman podcast together.
Yeah,
we've done other stuff. I don't know if we've done Marvel. I don't think we've done Marvel Tales yet.
I don't think so.
Come on, Lilith. I don't know. Usually, if she's not busy, she her ADHD kicks in and she has to show up for an episode 69. 69, 169, 269. Yeah.
Well, which episode will that? I think that's going to be one of the Tiger ones, isn't it?
69. I wish. No, but it's next episode, the Iron Man one. No.
Oh, the 69 is the Iron Man one?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
I almost wish we could have worked it better. So it was a Tiger episode, but no, it's not. Oh my God. Can you imagine that if we could have worked our magic and maybe got Ray and Lilith on
talking about a Tiger episode? That'd be amazing. Talking about the cat, those 4 issues of the cat. That'd be super fun. Yeah, I can't see Lilith being very, very enthused about talking about the introduction of the War Machine armor, but possibly.
I don't know. I think she kind of likes Tony Stark, Captain of Bad Life Decisions, as she puts it.
Yeah. The Masters of Silence are cool, though. I could see her liking those as villains. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of action, lots of explosions.
I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
Maybe she will. Maybe she'll make an appearance. That would be fun.
Yeah, come on. Get some party favors, Lilith. Come on.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms.
All right, kids. So that's what's coming up. Send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, go pick yourself up some new merch with our new branding.
Yes. Brand new logos.
Yes.
Get yourself some swag.
Also, you can just rain the money on us in the Cash App link. Again, Lil's favorite.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon. Join the Patreon elite with Justin, Russell, Moz, and of course, Batman's #1 fan, a young Australian boy.
Batman, my favorite character.
All right. Again, you get something different on Patreon every month. So yeah, it's worth the price of admission for uncensored Lilith Hellfire.
That's right.
So find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
That's right. This is the censored Lilith Hellfire.
Yeah.
So imagine uncensored, kids. It's worth
That's
the price.
right.
Yes.
Your whole family can suck it.
It's always entertaining.
There's nothing to get wet about anyway.
That's censored Lilith Hellfire. Just imagine what you get.
I don't do sneakies or toaster strudels, so.
All right. Mr. Justin the Owl, you can hear him here every week, either on Marvel Tales or X-Men Classics. Again, this time slot, he's always here with me. You can hear him at the end of every month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast,
talking Azrael. And then you can also hear him once a month with me and Russell talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe on Energon Universe. But the king of podcasting doesn't stop there. So, Justin, where else can people find you?
You can also find me at Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is with Russell. And we talk about the Incredible Hulk and the sensational She-Hulk every month. We also have a Patreon page, so do check that out. And we can also be found on Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast, where we're covering DC's classic Demon series by Jack Kirby in its entirety, and some other appearances in the pages of Batman and Brave and the Bold. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends. By the time that this episode comes out, my solo podcast will have a 2-part spotlight on a very obscure 1990s series from Marvel called Black Wolf.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch. Oh, that's naughty.
Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown. Giant-sized man thing. Well, that escalated quickly.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I love it.
I don't know who's drops entertain me more, you or Lilith. I gotta throw Ray in there too, but yeah.
My Tweety Bird just went off just in time for that.
Forsooth, thank you for joining us for another Tale of Thor, God of Thunder.
Under the Tale of Marvel.
The tale of the greatest hero Hercules and his sidekick Thor.
Even if he chooses to shave his face.
Oh, all right, kids, come back next time, and remember, watch that wildlife. Them mongooses are crazy.